to you live from ADD Sports. I'm Danny.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Skip.
And today Skip will be our guest speaker, and he is a NFL enthusiast, watches a lot of the games, and he's got some great takes for us. So we're excited to have him on today. So this first segment, we're going to be diving into a little bit about who the Bucs should potentially try to use as quarterback for the following season. And I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion. A lot of people might disagree with me on this one, but I believe that the Bucs should strongly consider bringing back Jameis Winston. He's kind of proven for the past season or two that he has cleaned up a lot of his off the field behavior. As far as I'm concerned, Publix still is whole on their crab legs. I don't think that they have a crab leg shortage from some of the misbehavior that Jameis was doing in college. He was able to win the starting quarterback job in New Orleans, and I believe he's probably matured under Sean Payton. Jameis is also familiar with the Bucs' offensive playbook system, having played under Byron Leftwich and Coach Bruce Arians. Another thing that I would like to bring up is that Jameis never could see properly when he was a Buccaneer. He got eye surgery after he was a free agent, and I think his new set of his new eyes are really going to lead him to not throwing as many interceptions as he had in the past. And another reason I think that will help the Jameis is that he actually did lose his starting job. I mean, he was a very touted high school quarterback, and in college he's a high level prospect, and I think that for the first time in his life he was told, like, this is a big deal, you can't turn it over. He had to be the backup and kind of humble himself, and I think that he has much more incentive to change his ways moving forward. Now, let me flip this over to some of our other guests who have been pretty dramatic of my take. Alex, what do you think the Bucs are going to do at quarterback next year?
All right, well, Danny, I can agree with one portion of your take. Jameis Winston probably could not see properly while as a Buck. He probably thought the other team's jersey colors were his jerseys. That's why he's doing so many turnovers. But what are you smoking on this segment, Danny? What, did you drink a bottle of liquor before you came in here? Really, Jameis Winston?
Did you not see that dime pass that the Jamester threw against the Bucs in the playoffs last year when they did that little trick play and old Jameis comes in and just knocks it 60 yards to whoever the receiver was, and that was the big play? You're not feeling that Jameis can do that on a consistent basis, bud?
I'm not able to see it on a consistent basis, but did he end up winning that game?
He didn't, but he was 1 of 1 for a touchdown, I believe.
Yeah, 1 of 1.
I think Jameis has some good numbers, maybe.
So going on from here, I think the Bucs are gonna explore their options with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the 49ers are gonna move from Jimmy Garoppolo to start Trey Lance, and he's looking for a win-now team. And there's no better team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady retiring. And he is probably one of the cheaper options to get instead of going for guys like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. He is a game manager. It's what the Bucs probably need. I know Arians likes to throw it deep, but at the end of the day, you can't go wrong getting Jimmy Garoppolo with. Yes, he does have a little bit of poor decision making, but not as bad of a poor decision making as Jameis Winston here. What is your take on it, Skip?
As an unbiased Bucs fan, I can't do it to myself. I can't go back to Jameis. Can he see? No. Can he see in the future? No. Sean Payton had 2 seasons of him and was like, get me out. He's not coming back.
You think Sean Payton made him retire? Or that's why Sean Payton retired?
What's the other reason? The Jameis Winston take is an interesting take. I think he can throw a lot and he's got a strong arm, but at the end of the day, in the NFL, he has been in this league for how many years now? And he makes the same mistakes, and it hurts to watch. From a coach's perspective, from a fan's perspective, it hurts to watch. The Jimmy G take, it's interesting. He is a game manager, and for the Bucs, they are switching. They're changing how they approach the game because Godwin is more than likely gone. Jensen is a question mark. They're changing that. They're going to have to reconstruct their offense a little bit. So I think a game manager might be a way to go. We just don't know yet because Jason Light in some of these postseason interviews so far, postseason for the Bucs, hasn't given a whole lot of clues. Me personally, I think you got to go with Kyle Trask. Blaine Gabbert's a perennial backup. I don't even know what Ryan Griffin is. And Kyle Trask is that guy sitting there, whether it's been in high school, college. I'm a Gator. I watched him for 4 years at UF. When he was there, he's that guy that sat for 3 years, and when he finally showed up and had to come in there, he had a record-breaking season. Thanks to Kyle Pitts, mostly, which is fair. But he had a lot of different weapons on there. He's a guy that learned. And while he wasn't really activated under Brady all that much, he was still somebody who learned. And he's learned throughout his professional and non-professional career throughout playing quarterback. So I think you got to go with Trask. And listening to different people around the football sphere, if he doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Go find someone else. But if you keep prolonging and you say, oh, it needs one more year of development, Brady's gone. His development took place in the last 2 years. If he didn't develop enough to get to that level, then you're going to have to learn. Otherwise, you need to go find someone. But it's time and time again, it's proven in this league, you will not win without a quarterback, period. You need to have somebody who can make a throw here or there. Jimmy G, question mark. He's a game manager. You don't know. But every now and then, he can make a throw. When you really need to make a throw, you can make a throw. Jameis, I don't know if you can count on him. Crunch time, 2-minute warning. I don't know. But I think you got to go. You got to give Trask a shot.
I would like to add that if Bucs do go Jimmy G, it's like it's his first opportunity to actually precede Tom Brady. Well, when he left New England, when Brady got injured that 1 year, he was only playing 5 games, 6 games before he got injured.
Fair.
And he never got to precede him in New England. Mm-hmm. Now it could be his opportunity in Tampa.
Very true, very true. Yeah, I mean, Jameis used to always be good for a throw. I remember when he was a Buck, but sometimes he wouldn't throw to the right team. But Skip, let me get your diagnosis on this one. Do you believe that, a lot of what a quarterback can or can't do is he's sort of a product of his system? I mean, you look at Patrick Mahomes and the amount of weapons he's got in Kansas City, or like the situation that Zach Wilson's coming into in New York, where he's just sort of doomed from the start because they're just such a dysfunctional organization with a void of talent. Do you believe that if, you could surround Trask with the right people and not use your draft capital consistently drafting quarterbacks, you could really, that'd be wise of the Bucs to see if Trask will work out, and then if he doesn't, for the next guy to have a good team around him?
Well, it's definitely important what you have around you. There's no question about that. Byron Leftwich showed that he knows what he's doing. He also had the greatest to ever do it on the field in front of him. He had, regardless of the off the field stuff, he had Antonio Brown, who's a tremendous talent. He had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, who are Pro Bowlers and phenomenal receivers. He also had Rob Gronkowski. He also had take or leave it, O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate here or there. They don't get used a whole bunch. And Leonard Fournette in the backfield. That's an all-star roster at different points in their career. If I had to rebuttal, I would say, would you take Justin Fields or Zach Wilson right now, based off of what you've seen so far? And then I would follow that up with saying, who is Matt Nagy? What the hell is he doing in Chicago? You had Allen Robinson. You had Darnell Mooney. You had some speedsters, some really quick guys. They were without Tariq Cohen. David Montgomery was injured part of the year. But you had some real weapons there. And that offense looked pathetic. I was at Monday Night Football when they played Minnesota, and they were garbage. It looked bad. And Minnesota's not a stout defensive team. They're not, breaking people down. Product of the system, yes, but at the end of the day, it's the NFL. People move quick, they hit hard. Can you make good decisions or not? And Zach Wilson showed glimpses of being decent. I'm very intrigued to see what he and Robert Saleh can do in these next coming years, because that's what the NFL is. You know, it's a changing of the guard. Roethlisberger's gone, Brady's gone, Eli's gone. All that generation of QBs are gone. So now we're looking at Mahomes, we're looking at Josh Allen, we're looking at Herbert, we're looking at potentially Zach Wilson or Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson to fill some of these voids, and we're gonna find out if they can do it consistently.
That's a very good point. Those are some very valid points. So that's going to wrap up this segment of ADD Sports. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our channel. We'll see you next time, and have a good night, guys.